The Grey Man does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey there, just a little bit of comic stuff. I've got a couple of comics. 50p bin, most of them. One little key, kind of key. Not a very high condition one. Right, so I went up to Croydon, which is a little area near to where my girlfriend lives, and picked up some trousers and a shirt for job hunting related stuff. I had a job assessment thing on Sunday. I had to get up early, 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, go to the other side of London, and I didn't make it. I made it, but I didn't get the cut. I didn't make the cut, that's what it is. I got to the job interview alright, but I was not good enough. I didn't have the skill in the typing role, basically. I wasn't quick enough with what I had to do. Fair enough. Right, so before we was shopping for clothes, I bought a few comics. So these were mostly. First of all, I was going for the 25p bin, like 4 for £1, and there was a load of DC Rebirth #1s in there. And I thought about collecting them, even though I'm not really reading any Rebirth. I thought maybe collect them. You never know, might be worth something one day. 25p each, and I thought I got a big stack like that, and I thought, no, you know what? I'm not really that interested in looking at the comics. I was like. I'm not that sure I like the stories anymore in modern comics anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm really that interested in reading them. So it's just going to be a big sort of stack of comics that's going to sit there in my collection, and I don't know if that's why I put them back anyway. I didn't bother. I thought, no, I'll save my money, see if I can find them in a 50p bin that I like. So I happened to find this. We've got a fair bit of this run, which I was quite happy with, because it was a run that I wanted to get anyway. It's Rebels from DC. One of my favourite old runs was the Legion 88 to like 92, something like that. It was basically the far flung in the past origins of the Legion of Superheroes kind of thing, with Vril Dox, one of the brainiacs from Kolu, and he had a team around him including Lobo and a time displaced Phantom girl, I think it was. She was in it, and various other characters, kind of like people who've got like future, basically lots of races from the future from these Legion of Superheroes. It's like they're old past ones. Like I think there's an equivalent for who's that lady who does all the darkness lady. Can't remember her name was, but I'm sure there was one of her. There was a Kund in there for a while. There was someone from the same race as Brick, Strata her name was, and she had a rocky boyfriend as well. I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, it was a good. I really enjoyed that run. Stealth was another character in it, but there you go. So Rebels, basically Legion. What happened is Vril Dox and Stealth's son became like a baby dictator. He was a really intelligent baby, but he decided he could do better than everybody else and became a bit of a dictator, to be honest. So Rebels broke away from Legion, and anyway, so a few years later there was a later version of Rebels relaunch, which I never actually saw at the time, otherwise I probably would have bought it. But anyway, I'm ready to pick up a few of them for 50p each. So that's number 1, number 3, number 4, number 5. If these are a patch on the original series, I'll be glad, but probably won't be anywhere near as good. But they're worth looking into anyway. Number 8. You meet the Omega Men. Is that oh, it looks a bit like Adam Strange on the front of that one. It's similar. Maybe it's someone else from Planet Ran. Yeah, it looks like Adam Strange and Captain Comet. Looking at it now, Captain Comet did have some tie-ins with Legion, and Lady Quark was another one. There was 2 of this one. One was like a greenish hue, and one was like a purplish hue. I looked at the barcode, and one had 1 like at the end of the barcode, one had 2. So I'm assuming this is the first one, and the other one was the second one. So Blackest Night crossover. Number 11. 13. 14, 15, Starfire, I believe. Yeah, it says on there Starfire. Rebels welcome Starfire, and here we have Starfire again. Looks like she's fighting alongside a Green Lantern there. A very strange looking head that Green Lantern's got. Doesn't look like it's too big for its body. Does it not look too big for its body, that head on that body of the Green Lantern there? Right, and right, that's it. That's number 22, that last one. So I've got about 8 more to find. If I can pick them up in the cheap bins, I'll be very happy with that. A full run for pretty cheap. And I found another little run in the cheap bins. Only 4 issues, but it's the Ravagers. The Ravagers from the New 52. It's got Terra, it's got Beast Boy who looks red instead of green, Thunder and Lightning. That's weird, Thunder and Lightning. It's not Black Lightning, unless it is Black Lightning, but it doesn't look like Black Lightning. I wonder if Thunder, because Black Lightning had 2 daughters, didn't he? I'm sure one of them was called Thunder, so I'm not sure if this Thunder is his daughter, or maybe this is in New 52 and this is Black Lightning, but he's just called Lightning and he looks different, I'm not too sure. But, and yes, Beast Boy is red instead of green. So the Ravagers. I don't think I've seen Ridge before anywhere. Anyway, so that's number 1. Fairchild, she was she not an Image character originally? Like from Gen 13 or something like that. Ravagers number 2. Ravagers number 3. And Ravagers number 4. Rage of the Beast Boy. He looks more like Kid Devil. You know, Blue Devil had a little sidekick, or wannabe sidekick. I think he was called Red Devil. And yeah, Beast Boy looks more like that. It wasn't Kid Devil, it was Red Devil, what I'm talking about. I think it was Red Devil anyway. But Beast Boy is looking a lot like him in that picture. Right, then I found this one in the 25p bin actually. This is in the 25p bin. It's not the greatest condition, but it's okay. I'll be quite happy to pick up comics like in this condition, doesn't bother me. It's got a little colour rub at the top. There's some damage along the spine. Yeah, but yeah, it's a Conan number 36. So happy to have that one for 25p. If I could find all the Conans at 25p each in this condition, I would quite happily buy them. I don't care about it being super condition. Right, then for £1, I managed to pick up a Kung Fu fight, Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter, which I'm slowly getting a run together of. So this is number 16 of Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Fast as lightning. Right. This is a modern comic that I don't really collect many modern comics, but this one I've been picking up as I can. It's the Terrifics. And I wasn't too sure what numbers it was I needed. They had them in the recent releases at a cheaper price kind of thing. So rather than buying them off the shelf at the full price, you wait for a bit. They put them in a recent but not a full price kind of bin. So I'm not sure what I paid for these. Maybe £2 or something like that. But definitely cheaper than £3.99 or whatever crap they're charging for comics nowadays. So it's 3 issues of the Terrifics. Number 17. Number 18 and number 19. From what I've read, this is just a fun comic run, you know. It's nothing too heavy, not too silly, but fun, you know. It's good stuff. Good, you know, the usual. You got your enemies, you defeat your enemies. Great stuff. That's what I like to see, and not like storylines dragging on for 10 years or anything like that. Right, and finally the one I spent a bit more money on, this one cost me I think it cost me £12. I managed to knock him down a little bit from what he originally asked for, and I blame this one on Comic Fu 2814. I can remember his number now because it's the Earth sector of the galaxy, or universe rather, in the Green Lantern comics. I didn't clock that first when I first saw his number. It wasn't until later that I thought, oh yeah, of course that's the yeah, anyway, so he's been showing off all his awesome collection of Green Lanterns, and I've always been partial to Green Lantern, but I've never concentrated like, oh, I must get all this, I must get all that, but I definitely wanted to get this one. This was one I'd been looking at before, actually, because I knew it was a first appearance. I had a reprint of it, actually, a later kind of like, I think it's put into like a bumper comic with like 3 other stories from other characters, I think. I can't remember what one it was now. But anyway, this was the first appearance of Black Hand. and it's just a cool cover. It's like featuring half a Green Lantern is better than none. And he's got some device that is making Green Lantern phase into another dimension. Says, one more twist of the dial and I'll send Green Lantern completely out of this world. So you got half a Green Lantern, and you got the Black Hand. It's his debut appearance. Yeah, Comic Fu said, yeah, Comic Fu was saying to everyone, no, I can't believe this is not worth more. Everyone should pick this one up while it's still going cheap, because he's a major villain, like after the Blackest Night kind of thing. And I was like, shh, don't tell no one until I've got my copy. Let it go up in price after I've bought one. But yeah, as is usual with me, I went with a cheap one. I went with the lowest grade one that was on sale. It's still on the staples. The centre pages are in. The spine is like... it looks like it got hit by a truck. There's a couple of corner, but I don't, this is perfectly fine for my collection. I am more than happy with betas or reader copies, whatever you want to call them. Just to have them is like, just cool. Just you look at it and it's like, oh wow, what, this comic's older than me. What a beauty. Just love the old school logo as well for some reason. It's got like a flamey effect around it, like a kind of, yeah, but not like a fiery flame, just like the shape of a flame kind of thing, or like it's ripped out or something. I don't know. It just looks cool. Got a 9 old pence date price stamp on it. You can just make a 12 centre as well. 12 centre. So I'm not sure if I've ever got any 10 centres. I need to buy a 10 centre at some point, but I need to get a job first. So these are all told. These weren't too expensive. You got to fucking treat yourself now and again to keep your mood up, keep your morale. Keep your morale up. Anyway, so I'm off to look on more job site centres, and yeah, I don't know when we'll be back with another video. I was thinking of, I did do a while back what I've been reading video. I might do that, but I've got a stack. I've been reading so much. I've got a stack. I've nearly finished my recent pickup piles, so I've really got to finish them off, and then sort of the job of putting them in boxes, finding the boxes that they need to go into and putting them in there. That is just such a Anyway, I'm out of here. Let me shout out a smaller channel that you should go and check out. I'm going to check out, because this is the one that just jumped into my head. Check out Life with Two YouTubers. It's a mum with a daughter and son, all getting up to shenanigans on their own channels. Not always comic related, but they've just been getting into the comic channels recently. They've got a competition, and yeah, they've started buying comics, and they're watching lots of other people's comic channels, and hopefully they'll get the comic bug. And yeah, go and support them on their channels. I'll put the link up in the corner there. And yeah, anyway, until next time, may all your news be good news. Bye.